let's see what's going to start and what's not, and what's going to take a little more time. Kind of got to get the yard organized because, well, it's kind of chaos right now. Currently undecided if I'm going to use the conveyor to load this. I would really like to. She's not the most fun when it's minus 30, but I also just put that new upgrade tensioner. I don't know. That guy is in the way because I need to pull out of that bin. I also need to clean the boot of that auger and blow it out a little bit. That guy's not necessarily in the way right now, but it kind of is. Obviously need that guy running to go clean grain. That guy fired up like a top yesterday, so let's start with this one and we'll see what we can get rolling here. Ooh, I don't know about this one. Woo! Hey, hey, hey. Ooh. Come on. Ooh, not enough. Of course she's gonna quit again. She always does that. Might do it again. Oh, usually third time's a charm. Right on. Well, we are currently sitting at 4 for 4. I don't see any reason this guy shouldn't start. I would like to start that one and get it out of the way. I need to do that on a warmer day. Obviously it's not plugged in, but it's also got a hydraulic leak from the pump. And I need to fix that before I can move it because it just pours hydraulic fluid out. Actually, quite nice this morning. Supposed to get miserable, but we'll take it for now. Uh-oh. Everything works real nice. Whoa, when it's warm. When I come back in 2 hours, it's gonna be locked up. I'll show you. So here's the issue. That one gets froze up. That one gets mostly froze up. Oh, I forgot to turn that on. But it'll still go one way. So I'm gonna have to run it until there gets to be hot oil going through everything and it heats up. And then usually I can start going both ways. Yeah, it's that needs some attention. Well, I was hoping to do a lot more filming in the last couple of days of cleaning grain. However, it's just been viciously cold and breezy in the open. Oh, minus 30 something wind chill. And that's just not very good. Like, I get 2 minutes and my hands are froze for filming with the gloves off. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, this is all the grain we're cleaning this year. I might need some barley, I might need some lentils, or I might need some durum, but I'm hoping to, I'm sourcing some, seeing what the price is and whatnot. But it's I had durum last year, I had barley last year. I sold all of my barley. I wanted to keep a little bit, except we didn't have any bin space for it, so off it went. The durum, it kind of got screwed up by a chemical that we used, and I was kind of worried about it, so I sold everything. And I'm happy I did, because I'm talking to a couple guys that had the same thing, and they're having very poor germination results. Won't go up. Will go that way. I think it will go up. Yeah, won't go down. So our options were either tie this together and let it roll over the whole time. I don't necessarily love it. That looks like a hydraulic leak, and that's kind of why I don't love it. This is an old tractor. This tractor's older than I am. It's got like 12,000 hours on it. Leaves stuff under pressure, especially when it's cold. Some of those old steel lines or couplers or old O-rings will crack, and all of a sudden you lose, 10 gallons of hydraulic fluid on the ground, and then you're smoking a hydraulic pump. So we just take our time. I'll fix it. And after that, it's got a frayed wire on the winch cable. The fray itself is right in the, there you can see it. So I'll fix that as well. Still no go. Well, I'm gonna keep at this until we start freeing some stuff up, because my hand is friggin' cold. Well, it's been 7 minutes of doing this. I still can't go up on this one, but I can on this one a little bit. Just creeping up. It'll go up good. Just creeps its way down. But I still can't go up to make the swing bugger off to the south. Okay, we're up to 11 minutes, and I can get it to go about a quarter of the way up. You can see the wheels are just starting to turn. Yeah, something let go there. Now they're going pretty good. So, this is my, shouldn't even say task list, but it's stuff that I need to get done at some point in the next couple of weeks. And really, a lot of it's not critical, but sure is nice to work outside when it's, I think Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Thursday is supposed to be like 7 degrees. It's like 10 in the morning right now. And as best as I can try, I can barely make any vapor out of my breath. So there's 2 things that need to happen on this auger. Number 1 is needs a new cable. You can see it's frayed. And number 2, ooh, that's actually not, that's interesting. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these caps off and make sure that, well, the bottom caps, make sure they're not full of water. Had them freeze up when I was hauling seed, and talked to a couple people, and like, because I could almost always get them to go down, or yeah, I guess the levers to go down but not up. One guy was telling me, he's like, sometimes they get full of water, and All you really need to do is drill a tiny hole, but we'll check on that. I just plugged this thing in. I was out here yesterday and I forgot. Oh well. So this guy doesn't need much, but I definitely need the engine to run so that I can unspool this hydraulic or this cable and respool it. Then I can put it away, out of the way. Here's our old 1370, and it's got some winch issues as well. Yeah, I don't know why I'm going that way. This is my winch controller. It's got a couple of solenoids in there, and the one to control the winch going up. Was it up or down? I think it was up. It blew. Of course, it was after warranty. It's just the way it goes. But we'll put that on it. Something rare happened just now, is that my brain actually remembered not only that I have spare cable, but exactly where it is, which is handy. That normally doesn't happen. Usually it's, oh, I got some cable, can't find it, go buy some. 6-8 weeks later, I find it. The cable that came off of this is 1/4 inch. And I'd like to put 1/4 inch back on because it spools a lot nicer on these. And 5/16 is almost impossible to get through the, I don't know if you can see the slot for the cable. Well, lo and behold, my spare cable that I have tons of, this came off of the electric winch kit from Cramble that I put on the, wow, that's a 1370 auger. I put that on 2-3 years ago. And actually, that's what I was working on the other auger, was the electric winch. And when I got it, they sent this cable. And it's ridiculous. It's like 80 feet long, 75 feet long, if I remember right. But it's 5/16, which is a shame because they did a really good job of crimping and putting a thimble on the end. That would have been really handy. But I remember that it did not spool up nice at all on that drum. And as soon as there was a little bit of, like, if you didn't have perfect tension on it all the time, say like you unhooked it from the bottom, it would just go, make a big rat's nest in there. There's actually a kink in it, a little kink, nothing extreme, somewhere in it. So, unfortunately, there's the kink right there. Unfortunately, I still got to go to town for a new cable. Actually, either way, I was going to have to run to town because I am definitely not winding 40, 50 extra feet of cable, because there's about 32 feet of cable that came off of that. That's just me kind of stretching arms. I just roughly 6, good enough. I do that with close fists, it's really close to 6 feet. So my two options would have been, oh, I got to go to town for my grinder, my cordless grinder I left in my garage to cut this 5/16 cable, which I don't want to use. Or I got to go town for another chunk of 1/4 inch cable, which is going to be the case. So this guy gets put back on the pile of random cables that we'll probably never use. But I actually remembered it this time. I managed to take one of these protectors off of the spring on the actuator there. And just like I was told this from, who was it? Antoine. You might have seen Antoine on, what is it, South Sask Farmer YouTube. It's not far from here. Be like 30, 35 miles from here, maybe a little more. But Antoine used to work for him. Antoine works for the seed plant that I take me and Dad's grain to get cleaned, which is only about not even 20 miles from here, about 15. But yeah, he told me, take off the cups, because usually they're full of water. He goes, drill a hole in the bottom. So that's what we're gonna do. Probably drill just a small one, like a 1/8 inch, something for it to drip out when it warms up. Okay, we got her restrung here. Put a thimble on, reuse the cable clamps. Definitely seems a bit excessive for the amount that, like, I just matched the amount that was put on there. Probably could have gone down to, I would say, taking at least 8 feet off. Because I do need 3 or 4 wraps on there to be properly done. And sometimes when this is way up in the air, you know, you got a long ways to come down. But definitely seems like I could have gone a little shorter. But hopefully this is the last time we have to do this with this auger. Turn this guy back on itself so I can get that dog in there. Oh, don't do that. This is a 2-hand job. Gotta get this little guy in there. That's what, all that keeps those in. It's that little wire wedge. And then you kind of gotta do some tappy and pushy, and don't do that. So we got that guy, we got the tail exposed, got the dog in there. Everything's rigged the right way. I better do that, because, yeah, gotta do that before we fire up the tractor. If you look, I just drilled like not even a 1/4 inch hole in it. Hopefully that's the ticket. Look at that spool job, ain't that nice? We'll just you stay there. Right there.